Hey, Jackson here at Song Mentor, and how often have you heard that? Although Bill Wyman suggested this song was a group collaboration, Jagger and Richards got credit for the writing on this one. Painted Black was the hit single released off their fourth LP, Aftermath, and of course it became a #1 hit worldwide. The Stones really didn't take this song too seriously. It was kind of recorded in the studio as a bit of a kind of a joke song. And as is often the case with the Beatles, the Stones, and other great artists from the 60s, they didn't realize what they had. Here's the Rolling Stones, Painted Black. A couple things before we begin. I was back and forth between acoustic and electric. I really like the acoustic sound for this song, so if you feel like learning this on acoustic, please do. It's a rockin' song. It's in the rockin' section of my program, so I'm using electric a little bit reluctantly because the acoustic is very cool. Also, I received an email yesterday from a subscriber who was thanking me very much for teaching a different song in a particular key. He said, he always thought, that the original key is really important, but having thought about it, it made a lot of sense to teach it in the key that I taught it in. And I love to stick to the original keys unless it makes a lot of sense. And in this case, it makes a lot of sense to do Painted Black in D minor as opposed to E minor. And I'll show you why, just picking through some things here. How's that? All of those little bits and little tricky little cute notey kinds of things are all built into the chords D minor. With a little bit of pick work there, a little bit of fingering, we can use the D minor key to our advantage tremendously in this song. So you're going to learn it in D minor. Here are the chords you need. You need an open D minor. You need an open A chord. You need an A7. If you're not familiar with that particular A7, it's just removing that middle note. So basically your first finger goes on the second fret of the 4th string, and your second finger on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. The 3rd string is now an open G note. Okay, you need an open C, an F major, and an open G chord. And those are the chords you need for Painted Black in the key of D minor. Alright, well the intro, which is where we'll begin, is based around that D minor chord. Notice how I just kind of let notes ring there. I'm not just picking clean notes there. I'm kind of working with the chord a little bit. Gets us into the rhythm and the chording of the song. Again, the notes specifically are D, E, we're going upscale here, F, G, back to F, back to E, back to D, again on D, D flat, D, back to the open E, and then that little run, and here's what I'm playing. The 4 notes going up to the D from the open B string, hammered, and then back down from D to D flat to open B to D flat again. So again, slowly. Once that strumming starts, da-da-da, once we get into the lyric, kind of half muted. Just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that's the kind of that frantic, really hectic, wonderful rhythm of Painted Black. So let's go over the pattern of the song here. Now I'm going to give you two choices. You can either just strum this. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. And that's just basically strummed throughout. If you want to get a little fancier, you can kind of pick through the notes as you're strumming here. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want it painted black. Okay, and the difference is very subtle, but you're just... I see a red door and I want it painted black. You're just playing. So basically the notes from the intro, and you're adding them into the chording of the verse. Like so. Or, keep it simple. I see a red door and I want it painted black. Okay, so that's D minor, A, D minor, A. And when we get to the I see the girls, I see the girls walk by. See the hesitation there before we go? I see the girls walk by. All right, so specifically here, the first 6 words of each little section of the song like this. In this case, it's I see the girls walk by. I see, walk by. And the girls, those 2 words aren't strummed. So it's I see the girls walk by. Okay, so we're strumming on I, C, D minor and C. And then walk by, F and C. Okay, so I see the girls walk by. So in the next verse it happens to be I see people turn their heads. I see people turn their heads. Later on it's maybe then I'll fade away. Okay, so regardless of what verse it is, that's the pattern for the D minor, C, F, C. Then we go to that D minor, and there's something I will encourage you to do here. I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. So what we're doing there is when we get back to that D minor, to finish off the phrase, we're just removing the pointer finger from the D minor chord, back on, flattening it out to add the G note, back. What we're really doing is we're doing that with the E string. In that tempo though. I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. Okay, so it fits into that perfectly. And what we're doing here, whenever we put these notes in during the verse, I see a red door and I want to paint it black. What we're doing there is we're blending the chording of the song with the sitar work that Brian Jones was doing in this song. So we don't have a sitar, but we're trying to put some of those notes in to make it more authentic to the original and to have more fun playing it. Okay, I want to take a nice slowed down look at what the right hand is doing here, but I also want to mention that the last 2 chords of that whole phrase are a G and an A7. I have to turn my head until my darkness grows. Till my darkness grows. And then it's back into another verse, but the G and the A7 occur at the end. So here's a nice slowed down look at what the right hand is doing. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. Okay, well, I think we're ready for a playthrough of the intro and a verse, and I'll put the little sitar picking in there. You can, however, choose to just strum this straight. If you choose to go that route, that's just fine too. We'll put the vocals in as well. Here we go. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. I see a line of cars and they're all painted black, with flowers and my love both never to come back. I see people turn their heads and quickly look away, like a newborn baby, it just happens every day. Alright, there's no simple answer to an ending to this song because the ending is really dragged out, in my opinion, even a little too much of it goes on for quite a while. But we will play through a little bit of that so you get a feel for how that fits. And you know, as far as an ending goes, because it is a fade and a drag on, probably just end in that D minor chord. So something like this to give you an idea of the ending of the song. I wanna see it painted, painted black, black as night, black as cold. I wanna see the sun blotted out from the sky. I wanna see it painted, 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 painted black. Yeah. Another thing you could do for an ending is you could just drop it right back and take it back to the intro. Something creative like that. I'll let you have some fun with that decision. Alright, fine tuning for Painted Black. Well, as with a lot of the songs I present here on Song Mentor, rhythms are really important here. And I've suggested a couple of options here. One is to try to fit some of the picking, the sitar picking, into the rhythm. But if you want to just keep it nice and simple, especially if you take that acoustic option that I mentioned earlier, you can just go with the... There's some really specific strum bits that occur on certain lyrics, and it's important to get that timing right as well. But anyway you look at it, Painted Black, a favorite of soldiers in Vietnam at the time when they were serving there. Okay, Painted Black, the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, Keith Richards. We'll see you next time on Song Mentor.